Hey mate, had a death yesterday, I'll show you. We had a pet, I buried the pet to here. The cat was always under this tree here. So I thought, yeah, good for spot. She's always out near the road here, so he wants to cross the road over here. So I thought I'll bury it here. Nearly every tree we have here, a fruit tree. We put a fruit tree over a dead pet. So I'll go back in the shed and I'll talk to you about what the pet was. And it wasn't really a pet, so I'll talk to you in the shed. But here's our actual personal cat we've had for a long time. He's our pet. I got this cat from my sister. He was called Radar when he was born because they always knew when food was coming, but we call him Bootsy. Now, he is a tough cat. He's not what you call a very big cat. He's quite short, really a bit fat, and by God, can he fight? I've seen him fight. But he is de-sexed. I don't believe in undesexed cats, unless you're a breeder. But he never got on with the other cat I showed you at the front. So we'll go to the shed. You can do it, getting stuff ready. Okay, I hope this helps. So it's hard for me to show you what I'm talking about. Trying to talk clearly, as usual. And explain what I'm doing. Messed up here. About 12 o'clock, but no, we're 12, 11 o'clock. So the cat we buried yesterday, yesterday afternoon. She died the day before from a tick bite. Never found a tick. Don't know where a tick was. Tick can be between their paws, can be in the mouth, in the arse, just anywhere. She's a very fluffy, furry, sooty, black, ugly cat. Or not black, grey. Sooty diesel grey. Yeah. She was given to my wife if she wanted her. The owner was an old girl, and she went to a nursing home. So the neighbour said that she'd look after her. Which is good, I suppose. But the neighbour, in the end, I don't think the neighbour really wanted to look after her. But boy, living old push truck tyres here in my workshop. Neighbour didn't really want her. I think she was just like, yes, I'll look after your cat. So, the neighbour works with my wife at a place. They used to make some mess and stuff like that, which she used to. Now, my wife said, well, okay, because we got cats, and they're all in the house normally, except for Bootsy. Bootsy's a real weird cat. He's a nice cat, but he's got personality, if you know what I mean. Like, some cultures around the world say, when we die, we get reborn again as an animal. So it depends how cruel you've been in the world. You come back as a fly or a bird or maggot. It depends. This cat, they call her Vivian, and my kids call her Miss Vivian. Miss Vivian, I don't know why. But when she first came, and sorry if I'm boring you guys, but when she first came, she was skittish, didn't want us to touch her. She had the most peculiar meow, like I can't talk. She goes meow, like just, oh grumpy, leave me alone. Now we're all told she's about 6 or 7 years old, and at first I thought no, and after a while I worked out she just, her body actions didn't say arthritis, but later on she had personality. So you pet her and she go meow, like don't touch me. And after a while she warmed up. We left her in the house for probably 6 to 8 weeks before we even let her to stock, because we were worried she'd run straight across that road I showed you and get killed. Just I thought we were. But it's what we know. We do normally lock animals up, make sure they don't get out. I got 3 cats in the house. My daughter, Amber, the one who done the NETIC, NH841, yeah. She used that small port, so she loves cats. She's a cat person. She can't handle the smell of dogs. So you're either a cat person, bird person, dog person, chooks, whatever. But if you're going to look after animals, be nice to them, because they feed us. They get meat, eggs, milk, whatever. It's just, no point being cruel to them anymore. Anyway, she ended up having a very, very strange personality. So, like she was a person before she was born. Sorry guys, it's cloudy from outside. She was like born from a person before. I don't know, but she seemed to be an old English girl, like probably the breed of the cat, I suppose, but the fluffy breed, that bit of Persian, I suppose, but she's just a weird cat. Anyway, the tick got her. The kid found her. We used to always call to her, but that particular day I had the grandkids, so I couldn't have them inside, and it just, things blew out of proportion. This is the same time last year, about a week before, we lost our other cat, what's his name, Bananas. He was a ginger cat, little boy. But he died of a tick bite too. We found the tick, but he came home, but he was just in the back door. We never saw him. He died. He was dead for probably 2 or 3 days. It was sad. But anyway, getting back to my story, what makes life life? Like, what's the spark that causes personalities? Animals have personalities. My black rooster, Butterbean, he's an Australorp, black Australorp. But since he's been with his girls, he's become really quiet and curious. Even comes into the shed with the girls and looks at me and goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like, chainsaws. Yeah, what's that? But he makes different noises to a girl. It's like, I know what you're doing, but he knows I'm on bike, so he's scared of me, something shocking. But he never turns his back like he's gonna go, but he's never come. He's quite a nice rooster. But I lean back in with other birds and chooks the other day, yesterday. So he's back with all the animals now. So we'll see how he goes. He might probably lose his tail. But anyway, today I thought I'd talk about some bullshit and some stuff that's always worried me and made me wonder. Because I know what it's like to lose your mind. And basically, I don't think the way people normally think that. So I think completely different, really. It's just been a real eye-opener because I think different, but I remember the way I should think. I should care about things more. I don't care about finance, money. I don't care about food. And I think there's a reason for that, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But it's just different the way things go. So, yeah, I'll say goodbye to Miss Vivian, poor old cat. I never got affectionate with her. We didn't even sit in my lap. But she sat in my daughter's boyfriend's lap and purred. She was quite happy, so yeah, she's a wee cat. Anyways, let's go into chainsaws and stuff. What keeps me up at night? What keeps me going? What's reprogramming my brain? So this stuff here, Mirinda. So I show a bit closer. This stuff here has rewired my brain. I couldn't remember. I couldn't make things clarity. I didn't have clarity, so if I wanted to do something, I could put my wallet down. I got lost. It's hard to do the stroke, but without this stuff here, now I'm always experimenting, guys. I'm always doing something to see if what we're told is true, or porting a chainsaw. Can I make more power? Can I make something better than what it is? So I went off my Mirinda for about 2 weeks to see what would happen. Well, guess what? I started fading again. I could honestly feel that my brain was like almost like a drunk fog. It's like, you go out and you go, "Where to park my car, dude?" Like, you go, "Okay, I can't remember what I did last night. Was I really with that girl?" But it's one of those things. But I've gone back on it. Been on 3 tablets a day lately, last 3 weeks. So just to see if clarity was caused by that. Now this has caused clarity, which is interesting. I think it's the vitamin K. Now there's been studies of vitamin K 1B, I think it is. I can't remember what it was, but it's vitamin K. They're finding out that vitamin K, it's in kale too, but it's very strong with this stuff. Cleans out the calcium in your arteries. So they give you calcium, which you get old for your bone density. But if you do that, then you get artery blocked up by calcium. So you have too much milk and stuff like that. It blocks it up. So you go from that to that to that, and all of a sudden have a heart attack. So they give you other tablets like blood thinners. So your guts bleed from internally. It's one goes to another. So I'm looking at it as, alright, we're human. How does our body work? Because our body's just a machine, like a chainsaw. Can we improve it? Or can we give it an oil change? Can we do the right thing by blowing the air filter out? So, yeah. But yeah, Mirinda, I'll put a photo up of that. That has been a miracle for me, as I said before. 3 weeks, 2 days. I was on that and bang. Instantly I felt, what the hell happened? I can remember. And remember things. Now, I've always had the same problem my father had. Thanks, Dad. I can't really remember names and stuff like that. That's what I was before even the stroke, so it's sort of genetics, I think. Or maybe we got dumber as we bred further into evolution, if there is such thing as evolution, because I can't even prove that. Like a kangaroo can't evolve to a cat, or a cat can't grow 6 legs, or things aren't. There's certain proof. I just want to know the truth. I'm interested in everything, but I just want to know the blood truth. And we'll scratch the surface of a few of these things that keep me up later. But Mirinda is one of the things that really makes me wonder. So, one of the first things I want to do, I'm going to do some stuff on the chainsaw today. So I'll explain to that what that is at the moment. I'll set this experiment up so you guys can work it out. Now, lactose intolerant people. Well, I'm wondering why. Is there a reason for that? Is it antibiotics and stuff with cows? I don't think it is. I think it's what we mix our food with or what we're told to eat and stuff like that. So after World War II, certain places around the world, I won't say what country, it only happens in one country, the farmers had nothing to really do, so farmers were told to grow veggies and stuff like that, but to make people work, to make people get cash, they said grow anything. So they started growing corn. Then they turned the corn into certain starches, glues, broke the thing chemically down. What can we do with corn? So they had to use corn, so they put in food, so like corn sugar instead of normal white sugar, stuff like that, which we know it's hard to digest, so well, you do know if you don't know now. Anyway, so I got white sugar here. It's probably, that'll probably be a cup through here, okay? So I'm going to mix certain stuff together. I want to see what's happening in our lives now. I've given up sugar completely. It's not easy. I still have urges for chocolate and stuff like that. But I've lost a whole heap of weight. Mainly because of the stroke, I think, because my ability to eat, I just not really hungry. But when I eat, oh God, I eat. But emotions, I can't control them either because of the stroke. Thank you, stroke. But yeah, we'll put the sugar in the cup. So that's what sugar's gone there. Now, the other thing I don't believe in is canola oil. Now, we can't normally eat that. Now, if you give it to Galar, which is a pink parrot in Australia, if they have too many sunflower seeds, because this comes from sunflower seeds, all their feathers fall out because they have an overdose of this oil and stuff them up. Now, sunflowers aren't native to Australia, but it's interesting how things affect things. So I thought, okay, sugar. I know sugar's no good for you. Everyone knows that, rot your teeth. But when you start looking at history, people they don't have a grasp on history because people just can't see in front. They see me kids, like you have kids, but kids go like that. Your kids are like 20 years old. My oldest one's 26, it just goes by quick. So we'll put sugar in there, canola oil, we'll fill it up. Same level. Yep, same level, okay? And I want to know what happens with canola oil and sugar. And the other thing I will add, roughly, see what happens. And I'll put this somewhere so it's nice and warm and let it sit. So I'm trying to do it's an experiment for people, just to see what happens. So I don't have canola oil, I don't have sugar. Straight away, lose weight, straight away. So you sell what we do. And I'm not saying a diet, but if you want to follow this, it's worked for me. Yeah, I'll do a bit of, that's me coffee. I'll do a bit of water. I won't put coffee in there because it'll make it go to funny colour. No sugar, milk, cold brewing, but anyway. I'll do the same amount of water. Say it's going into your stomach. As a digesting thing. No acid, but I'm curious to know what will happen. That goes into that. So water don't mix with oil, but we'll see. And to top it all off, I'm going to add a little bit of bread, just a little bit as yeast, as a way of fermenting. It's stale bread. It's probably a day old. It's probably close to growing mold, but it's not something I eat. It smells funny. Like, it smells wet. It's been really humid today. So I put a bit of bread in there. Might even stir it actually. Just want the yeast to interact. I know there's not much yeast, but with the yeast, mold, stuff like that, there should be a good reaction with sugar. And we'll see what happens. So the water and the sugar will react. Once that sugar starts to bite into the oil, this is a way of getting another way of getting energy. You get energy out of the sugar far quicker than the oil, but that's what I think we're missing. Now, believe that they're sitting there. Maybe you wake up, boom, I don't know. Now, when I worked at the health food company, we made Weet-Bix and stuff like that, they had a triangle. and the triangle, top of the triangle was meat, sugar, stuff like that. And they said you don't eat that. I said why? Oh, because they were vegetarian. What they were doing, they were pushing what they made. Same as cigarette companies. Cigarette companies were the ones who funded the research that cigarettes don't hurt you. So you gotta wonder, when you're doing something, who's pushing their opinions on you, coronavirus, stuff like that. Who's the one pushing the vaccinations? Was the ones making the anti-vaccination stuff? Because they're trying to sell their product to you. That's what I'm looking at. So, EV cars is the person who's selling it. I love to sit down and have tea with Elon Musk and go, why? What is your reason for getting up? Is it curiosity? Why? What's your drive? I know he wants to go to Mars, but what keeps him going? He's been going for years, so I'm just wondering about that. Now, the way I look at things is this, sugar. Really, you get sugar cane, you can chew on that, eat that, but I've had a bit of a chew, it's not that sweet, unless it's fully ripe and stuff like that. Canola oil, I've had sesame seeds before, but yeah, hard to eat, I think. I fish yourself. I get me kick for the day. After a stroke, it's hard to swallow, so many things fall apart. That's why I'm so grateful to Mirinda. So make me feel like I'm still here. I don't know if we do chainsaws today, but anyway. The way I look at things, sugar, is it natural? In its own form, yeah, it is. Will you use it every day? We'll go back to the 1930s, 1940s, 1920s, something like that. They weren't fat. Look at the old photos. The majority of them weren't fat. And that's because they weren't eating the sugar they eat today. And certain countries around the world wildly overweight, so they're like big boys. But what's the reason? So I think one of the reasons is sugar, one of the reasons is canola oil, and yeast, and chemical reactions. So what goes on inside your gut is very important. You are what you eat. So if you eat the wrong food, well, you become an idiot. So they say we should eat more sheep and stuff. Well, we become sheep. Sheep are smart. Should be eating dolphins. Yeah, no, not really. Poor dolphins. What I'm saying is, if you can't grow it, you can't kill it, you shouldn't eat it. So both of these products here will sit in the shelf in a jar. The sugar will sit in a jar that was just a seal you push it down on for quite some time. If it stays dry, it'll stay there for months, probably a year. Got it all unopened, like in a jar like that. It'll stay good for quite some time if you keep it out of sunlight and sealed. It won't go off. But what the hell is it really? I don't know what. My father told me margarine, which is a derivative of this. Mongolians had margarine years ago. I can't see how they did. It was black. It wasn't this colour. It wasn't clean. That's refined so much. So you shouldn't be eating that. Well, I understand. Now, what I've been doing is, if you can kill it, eat it. So meat, veggies, stuff like that. I've been now told that I'm got cholesterol problem when I was in the hospital last time. I said, okay, I know certain things about this. My daughter went on keto because we talked about people being allergic to meat, people being allergic to bread, people being allergic to milk. So I talked about that before. So I was interested. So I said to the doctor, "What oil am I too rich in? Which cholesterol?" And he goes, "You just need to take more tablets." Well, I don't fly with that because I'm the type of guy who pulls things apart and works out how things, like how they work. I want to know. I don't like being just told blah blah blah, because I'm sick of being told things that aren't true. Like back in the 80s, we were told, beware the next ice age is coming. Now it's the next the world global warming. Now it's called a weather problem. So everything's out of whack. Well, North and South Pole, they're moving, so we can't control that. The sun has sunspots. The sun controls all the weather actions around the world, because if the sun gets hot, we get hot. We can't stop anything with the sun. Yes, we shouldn't be polluting, but that's up to the government to do certain regulations. But if the government's going to do that, they have to be good themselves. Like I've heard certain places, even in Australia, where they let petrol for jet planes on the soil and it goes underground and pollutes certain places. So that's not right. So I am passionate about what we are, but if you eat meat, because we are designed for that, our teeth are designed for meat. I don't care what no one says to me. They're designed to chew meat and swallow. We also are designed to eat a bit of vegetables and stuff too. So I mix my food meat, majority of egg. Egg's one of the most easiest things for you to digest without having a problem. But don't eat fat if you have to. Like if you got a big chunk of fat on the side of lamb chop, I wouldn't eat that. Like some people love it, I can't handle it. But I don't add any oil. The only oil I add is olive oil. Avocado oil. No soy oil, no soybeans, none of these bean things. Just watching stuff. I watch a lot of the internet because I've had 6 kids, so it's part of the process of you get to a certain point in your life and you go eye opener from the window, you go, wow, it just, things don't make sense. So now they are starting to make sense. So I don't eat certain things and weight's falling off me. So I do have another person doing this right now, but won't talk about them at the moment. But it's working for them too. I'm happy with that very much. Now, what we're going to talk about, things that keep me up at night. So, one of the things that keep me up at night, I'll do 2 videos for this first, or maybe go longer. Maintenance. Now, the power of that. Now, don't you find that very funny? As a kid, I went to high school. Year 7 was, in science. Now, I failed in year 7. I was in year 8. Got to level 5, so pretty dumb really, because I can't spell. So if you don't learn how to spell, read and stuff like that, you fail. Now my maths is pretty good, but spelling, even today, kids can't take phones like this into school no more. It's recently banned in Australia, or where we are, but as far as I know, Australia. To me, it's been my biggest helper. I do spelling prediction, so I'll talk into the phone to try and get a word, but I can read. I just can't spell. So I'll say a word, and if a word comes up, that's what I want. Even if they can't understand me, but it will give you a prediction of usually 3 words. On most phones, that's how it works. And when year 8, I was in level 5. Now my mate broke into the science office. He was in the science office, also controlled agriculture, so ag class. So Malcolm, his name was. I'll say his last name. Well, doesn't matter. You got so many. As far as I know, you got 3 last names. So McPherson. What was the other one? I can't remember. O'Brien and Hanley. That's what it was. McPherson, O'Brien, and Hanley. See, I couldn't remember that stuff before that. Remember stuff. Now, Malcolm, he told the agricultural teacher, which he was doing ag that particular day, I'd put the keys where you told me to. I dropped it in the tall grass near the tap, near the back. Teacher goes, yeah, all right. But he didn't. He took the keys home. Now the teacher next goes, I can't find the keys, Malcolm. Where are the keys? So Malcolm goes, I'll open the tap. Well, next day he brought the keys back and dropped them off. But that particular night, he snuck in. That's where computers are done. Like, he snuck into the office. The old computers that was back in the day with IBMs. Now the IBM was a green screen, the green letters and stuff. So there was no real security, I suppose. He broke into that, changed our results on our end of year final results, and we ended up getting grade 2 in science. Now grade 2 in year 9, I learned so much. It's not funny. So if you hold a dumb kid down, they just stay dumb. So I understand why people want to put kids who have learning disabilities with other kids, but if you have smart kids, you need to put all the smart kids together, because those smart kids need a reflection of each other, and smart breeds more smart. But you still have to have some kids there who have a different type of smart, curiosity smart, because you might be smart, but it's very hard to find a person who has all the gifts in life. So one gift to me is music, if musical, English, maths, being a public relation. It just, you don't get all these parts usually with musician at the same time. So if you do, you have a person who is weird when they play music, do it with sway carry. They can't talk, so that part of their brain is hooked up to some place I haven't been, but my kids, my oldest boy, Albert, is sort of very much PR smart, but loves music. So it's weird. But anyway, we got into level 2, so I was quite impressed with that. And after that went down, but only to year 11 and a bit, I couldn't spell, so they stopped writing stuff on the board at year 9.5, I think it was. And in the end, I had to remember what was going on, and my memory's not that good. So yeah, I learned, but I just learned stuff I wanted to know. Now, magnets, year 7. I could not believe, this is one of the things to keep me up at night. I could not believe magnets would do stuff like that. Let me get closer. They talk about energy. Talk about freeing the world. They don't want to free the world. Tesla wanted to give energy around to everyone around the world. And Edison said, we can't give energy to people because that energy can then no longer be metered, so we can't charge on the meter what they're doing. So, for example, our home here was built in 1972, and in the meter box, they call it a smart meter. Smart my ass. In the meter box, there's a digital meter. There's 2 of them actually. Now, apparently they're sending signals to the power line, and it talks back to where they come from, and they know exactly what's going on. So now there's no need to have someone come read your meter, which I don't like because those mistakes get made. But they have to decide where B. They have to decide where A. Sorry, they have to decide as B. It was built at the same time within 2 months, I think it was. It's a bit small, but the house has still got the old-fashioned meter, the meter that spins. Now those meters there, you can see when you're using power. If you do whirling, it starts spinning like this real quick. But if you don't, you can go, oh, I've got one light on the house or fridge. You see it doing this. Now the new meters, I can't tell what they're doing. I've been explained to a guy once. I tried playing with it, I can't tell. In other words, I can't play with it because I don't know how it works. Now because I don't know how it works, I can't work it if it's working the way it should. Because every time we ring up about the power, you just can't. Now, I did ask, why did we get a meter? And they said, oh, you're using too much energy. I said, why? So you think I'm growing drugs or something? Oh, no, but they gave us a meter. Most houses now, all new houses have to have a meter. But if you don't want a meter, and you know they're going to come out and do it, you can say, no, I don't want the meter. I found out. Apparently, you own the meter box in the house, but you don't own the wiring into the house. But you can stop them working on your property. So if you want to keep your old meter, well, it's fine. But then you get yourself an old fashioned stick whirler, the really old one, the ones you wind the front up. Normally they probably I'd say 1960s to 70s, something like that. Something quite old. You sit there and go tack, and you'll see. I haven't seen it done, but I've been told you'll see the meter go back the other way. So you start going backwards. So I know one old guy who was telling me about, he's in a nursing home when I was talking to him. His power would go every year or every month you go down and take power off his house and say, now that's not, he just knew how the system works, so he played with the system. But people are getting screwed now because we've got no idea how things are working. They're regulating, they're trying to get cash from us, they're trying to do facial ID. It's stuff that we're out of control. Take cash from me, bad luck. I don't have much cash, so I've got no cash, I'll pay you 80 cents to my wife. The thing is, we're losing our rights to be what we are. Now, I might make I don't know, $70 over 2 months on YouTube, which is nothing really. So, but what I'm saying is, it's a way of making money, but they'll start taxing me when you get to a certain bracket. But I'm not making money, but they're trying to screw everyone over. But the problem is, once you screw a person over to a point, what next do you go try and take their stuff off? Anyway, get out of the way for the subject. Now, get these magnets. Might think coming close to this, guys. Hang on. Let's try and clean this up. Bit of brake cleaner. Because petrol came out of this little dirty Ralph yesterday, and turned out the fuel tank was not tight. Bit of a nip and it stopped leaking. So that's why the tank was empty yesterday. Anyway, wipe this over. So I need to draw on the table, explain my mumbling with a texture. So you see what I'm on about. And what annoyed me at the age of 12. I hadn't really told my kids or explained to the kids. And I'm not going to be around forever, so I thought I'd explain to you guys. So someone might get the idea and someone might be able to work out what I'm talking about. Because I think there is a way of free energy. I saw a guy yesterday, still touching on this, but different. Now, what I wanted for a long time, I wanted high-powered dinium, not dim. They're a magnet, the high-powered magnet. They're so high-powered, you put one here and one underneath, it hurts your hand, it pulls it hard. But you don't need one so hard. You just need one that's enough power. These are probably five, even 10 years old, maybe longer than me. I can't get them to start that. Watch this. What's the power? Shit. So, I can't understand. As a kid, I saw that and thought, wow, there's so much power. And yet, as an adult, these are kids' toys. We used to have heaps, but I wanted about, I think, 23, something like that. So, I explained why, but what I really wanted was a rectangle. So, one had that long, same thickness as this. Probably the same width, I suppose, as that. But I wanted rectangles. Now, this is a basic form. I haven't drawn this. I want a single shaft. So this shaft is that. So a point of reference so it can spin. So we'll put a bearing at both ends. So we'll have a shaft like that and a bearing at both ends. And that's what I want. So a basic way of doing stuff. So that's just a spinning whatever. So you can add a gearbox to that, a pulley, whatever. So a point of reference that spins around gives you like a crank. We'll say a crank. Now on this crank, if you try and push from side on that won't spin, you'd be sort of slightly offset. So we'll go over here. I won't do that. I'll do the circle. So that's the crank. So we're looking right at the end of the crank now. So I'll draw an arrow. Now I want that crank to spin like that. So you need to be slightly offset. Now we'll come out away from the crank just a bit. So I'll make the crank rounder. And the magnet, the magnet was to place on the end somehow like that. Another one down here. I'm trying to look at the camera too. Another one down here, face like that. Another one, face like that. Then another one. So we'll go past that arrow. Wrong way. That one goes down, sorry. So all facing like that, like a Catherine wheel, a firecracker. So if the firecracker had sparks coming out like that, it would spin. So that's how basically it works. As people, we think two-dimensional. It's hard for us to think three. So as a kid, I thought this a long time. Then I thought, I call it a magnet fluxing motor. Oh yeah, magnetic flux motor. So that's what I thought it was. Now that's the basic principle. Now for this to work, you need two magnets at the limit for starters. So I'll get two of these magnets. There's quite a bit of power there, I showed before. So I'll put it there. When that magnet goes past this in a structured way, so in a way that's mechanical, set up to be a certain time, it pushes. So there's power there, but we are enhancing that power. That you see the power there, and some magnets are super strong. So it's north against north or south against south. That's the way that works. They're like opposites. Like this side here is super strong. Must be the same. Yeah, I'm having trouble holding that. So that's quite strong. As I said, a kid's toy. Now, that is the basic setup. But to me, what I thought of is a drag motor stuff. So I'll just get rid of that. Pull that off. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, me missed this Vivian cap. One thing I didn't say, digging that hole yesterday was one of the most painful things. Getting the shovel and going bang with the shovel and going down that job from my shoulder. Oh, I'm in pain today. Pain. Just like someone's kicked me in the back. So, easy clean table. That's a permanent marker. It comes off pretty easy. I didn't know we'd done that brake cleaner till a few years back. That's clean. Right. Now, what I do in a drag motor. same principle, but think of a tractor tyre. See, I'm looking for above now, so instead of just being magnet as a circle, like that, that's a circle looking down. My idea would be a tractor tyre, so be same looking down, and your magnets on angles like that. Then you have another magnet opposite side like that, or north or south, depends. Now, this is where it gets complicated and so hard to explain. I like to do 3D cab and stuff like that. Now, this is a circle. That's the internal part. That's the part that actually spins. Now, this part would be inside of a vacuum. So, no air at all. So, it could be nitrogen gas or whatever. A really, really thin substance of what it is. So, 30,000 revs or more. That's what I predict. No airage, no heat. Yeah, so, you start wondering what else is up there floating around doing stuff. Now, that's the inner part, the part that makes motion. Now, the outer part for this is the opposite. So, you're looking at the wheels. This is a drag motor. So, just think of this motor here. The opposite side of this. So, that's your inner side part with your magnets offset like that. Which I can draw better. Will be external magnets, which they go past like that. And north, and it fights, which causes it to spin like that. Now, so that end one there will be spinning clockwise like that. It'll be spinning. Now, the reason I say that, how it will work. Okay. Now I've thought about this for a long time. Now, with motors we have push, suck, blow type of stuff, two strokes. Same with this. Now, what you want is, we'll do one magnet. Now, one magnet against another magnet. That's fully on, so that's 100% engaged. So 100% engaged would be that. So these are sticking to each other, but 100% square on. So they're not that's full power. You can't get any more than that. Diffusion battery. No, that's batteries. Trying to think of the magnets. So it's 100%. Before that 100% would be 50%, I suppose. So we're coming on like that. They suck, I suppose you call it. Now, next one after that will be 50% blow. So it's coming off. So it's halfway. So I worked out mathematically, if you're running and you your outer race, your outer magnets here, as many of them as you can around the outside, like that. Now with these outer ones, you can adjust the way they rev. So you have a ring right around the whole lot, just a basic ring. So when you rotate the ring, you adjust the angle of the magnet. So instead of being like that, you do that. So it's like a accelerator, right? I think about it anyway. Now, you have as many magnets as you can on the outside, as many magnets as you can on the inside, considering room as much as you can, because the closer you can get your magnets, the more power you get. So that's why. But here's the thing I worked out for years ago, and I wanted to make a lathe and try and get things working, is it's an odd number. So the odd number will make this, one coming on, so half, one on and one coming off. So 1.5 is greater than half. So if you repeat that, I think it will work. You repeat this setup, it should work, because it seems to be, as it comes around, if it's the same mathematical formula, an odd number, which I think was 23, I think. It's a long time ago, guys. That would give you power, but power with no pollution. Now, what I was really worried about, and I looked it up and tried to find, you see speakers for stereos and stuff like that, magnetic shielding. Now, I thought, powers that be, if I made something that was and really basically cost nothing to run, I get killed. It just seems to be happening. If a guy gets a car running, put water like that, or just undermines the powers that be, the people who run oil companies, stuff like that, you're dead. So you sit in the side and don't say nothing. Well, yeah, I don't think I'll live forever, so I thought I'd show you guys. Now, I think that would work. So one coming on, so half on, so not much power. 1.5, it might be more, 1.5 in a bit, might be more, but 1.5 is going to be more than half coming on. And once that half comes on, that one there comes half off, and the next one over here comes on. So it should work, I think. So mathematically, it's what it is. I'm short me maths, but I'm pretty sure with this racing one, these magnets slide past each other. Now that sliding motion, magnetic theory works out because they slide past each other. That then gives you more of a one coming on, one coming off, more across the whole magnet, not just one magnet or one on one. It's more of a just about to come on, so it slips. So this in a vacuum should rev up real quick. Now the way you control your revs is the band, so you can adjust the angle of your magnets. But if you want to engage the motor, you slide the internal part of the drum into the motor. So that center part here, once it goes in, engages with the rest of the magnets, and there you go. So off you go. That's one thing I came up with years ago. I did come up with something else. I'll go over it, but hang on, guys. Now I have showed this before, but not this extra part. Now this is the Ventura jet motor. More of a flamethrower. So it was years ago. You didn't have a two-stroke weed zipper, weed whacker, whatever you want to call the thing. It just didn't exist. So my pop had one. Nearly every guy had a drain at the front of the house. No concrete. It was just a drain which water would go through. And my pop had snails breathing in the drain. I'm not sure what they were, but they weren't normal snails. They were more like a snail you get in a fish tank, but thousands of them. And every so often the drain would dry out, so every man and their dog would be out there flame parts, and they were fun. I still have one here in the shed, but it's a coil like that, and the coil gets heated up by the flame, and once that coil heats up, instead of that fuel, which is a diesel or Kero, I think Kero it was, as soon as that vaporizes, that flame coming out, it's normally just a jet, squirting out like a water pistol. It starts roaring, and it scared the shit out of me the first time. You pump them up, there's a pump on the side, you do about 5 to 10 psi, and I think there's a bypass valve so you can't overdo them, and yeah, it roars, and you keep going until you run out of fuel or you let the air out and it just dies down. But the idea from what I think is Ventura, so fuel goes in, the air goes in this part here, gets compressed, and comes out the other side. Now, on the Ventura itself, you see it there first, there's a fuel in there. Now, I tried doing this Kero. I couldn't do it, so I haven't got around doing it because I have too many projects and none of the energy. LPG gas, I thought that'd be the best way. Now, that squirts in just behind the Ventura, so, Ventura. So, you can't see. But it goes behind, so as the air gets compressed, it's behind and gets sucked in. So as that flame leaves the arse end here, it heats up the gas and causes it to get hot and get more power that way. But it causes it to suck more air in this way because you start up with some compressed air. I did get this to go for about 2 seconds, but using compressed air so that, but I want to do it in gas. But here's the other part. I thought about this for a while ago. Now, I've got a toilet roll here, so you have to have the right tools. So I'll just cut it roughly. Job with scissors, I think. It's cutting down to the width of the razor blade, and I'll explain what I think would work. It's sort of the afterburner. So I'm going to bend this in like that. So almost like a exhaust pipe on a car. Some cars you can buy a curled exhaust. So it's stick tape that. Like that. So it's big that way and then gets small. So that will go over the end of this where the flame comes out. So I can't really do it because the line's here. Or maybe I can. That goes over like that. So what happens, it's all out of proportion, it's not the right stuff. Air comes through here, so instead of a ramjet, what this motor would do, and I think it's a waste of time with fuel, what they do is turn to a fire, killing people. So air and fuel going this way, comes screaming out here. And this shield outside will be adjustable. So when you want to get that the right way, like an SR72, you're the right spot. The parts bend down here, will add more oxygen. So this part here is separate. So you suck air in the outside, and as you go forward, we throw air to the back. So as you get the flame, it'll cause more suction through here. No moving parts, but cause more reaction. So you have a chamber here where you get hot. No moving parts, the whole thing. No moving parts. So I've always said a jet motor always be fan or a propeller, just a high power propeller. But there's so many moving parts I can't understand, even fathom. So I went to it as a kid. When I first saw those magnets, I thought if we had something that spun, all these magnets on the outside, all precisely lined up, which is no more precise than I believe V8, like really it's just all lined up the way they are. Get your magnetics right, your mass right I should say. This could be a doable thing, but I don't think they'll let this on the road. Now as for cars, I know a guy who's got a Hillman Hunter, so I'll finish off and say, a Hillman Hunter. Now, his Hillman Hunter is a GT Sport. Now this thing, it's a nice old car, but it's a Hillman, it's a brick really. It's like a small version of Volvo. He's got it running on petrol, and you can transfer that thing, it had an aluminium head, he transferred it to hydrogen gas. Made only converter, it's probably about that big. Stainless steel bits and pieces, he made his first one up. Now he's got one he got from the States, and it goes through a water bottle. So he said 5 litre of water would get him to Sydney and back. It was still water, no petrol. So he started the car up. Now hydrogen gas burns coal pretty well. So he said your heat is a waste of time in the car, but it won't run when you first get the car because it's just too cold. It has to be warmed up petrol. Once it's warmed up, switch it over. Don't use petrol, just gas. Now, I've always been worried about hydrogen gas for one reason. It's explosive stuff, which he found the hard way. He's working on this car in his shed one day, doing something at his front of his car, and he had a spare Hillman Hunter behind him. Now luckily for him, he missed the tow bar, but the car went bang with such force, he got thrown backwards, and I'm not joking, he hit the boot, what do you call guys, the boot, what do you guys in America call the back? So the boot, he hit the back part of that, bent that in, and he hit also the part that held the boot down, and it was all pushed in. And he's quite an old bloke. I was surprised how much grunt it had. And it made a big pop. The sheets on the roof came loose, so that shed was made fibre, so lucky him blow the whole thing over. But it didn't kill him, but it knocked him around a bit. It's like, why can't we have cars running on water, converted to hydrogen gas, for fuel injection, and only make what you need as you run after that? As he said, if you don't store gas, if you store gas, you have a bang like he had. And I thought about that, it makes total sense. But after that, who gets the right to sell water? He said, all you need is clean, purified water, a bit of bicarb soda to filter it out, and it runs good. But it's just, it really, who's running us? We are sheep, we are farmed, we are manipulated, we're told what to eat, how to have religion. I could go on about other stuff, aliens, stuff like that. It's, guys, you think you're living your life. There's not much in your life, which is actually your life. It's someone else is actually putting their finger in there, and we'll get them to do this next and this next. So I just a firm believe there is some technology out there, but I don't think we've been shown. I don't think we'll ever will, but hopefully this might help someone open their eyes up and go, magnets, I'd love to see a magnetic flux motor or magnet flux motor, but in a car, no noise, doing 30,000 revs or more. Depends on the power of the motor, the magnet. I've seen and also these magnets too. If you got a spinning magnet and you put copper in the middle, then copper causes electricity, and you have power outlets, so power to run your lights, stuff like that. So there's so many ways to make this thing work. You could turn it straight into a generator instead of power, but I'd sooner have a spinning force that makes the car go forward. But if there is a problem with magnetic radiation, which causes a car to go clunk to another car, that's what I was worried about originally. Having your car come past a big V8 and the magnets go clunk to the cast iron block. So, there's so many things I can't find certain information. I've tried finding it through the internet, but certain stuff you just can't do it. You have to be in the know, or you have to be part of the routine of, like my father says, should be reading the Great Bible. in his opinion, I should read. But when you start reading something like that, that's someone else's opinion. That then you read that and you understand that, then it becomes your opinion, or it gets in you. It's like a way of programming you in a way that, now if I didn't read that, really part of the way I think. So I sooner do something myself, experience stuff myself, and that'll be the way. Anyway, guys, 50 minutes. If you don't watch, don't watch. And I promise the next video will be chainsaws. I've got a good idea to make power out of a chainsaw, which I only just recently discovered. I do have stuff, so I'll do a video on that next, I suppose. Bit of a talking day. Today's a bit of a rainy day. And I think I've worked out a way to make power, but in a way that's like a turbo, but it's not. It's almost like a helper. Anyway, guys, I'll sign off. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, I know, Adam, but I thought this was important. So, pill acid, hydrochloric acid, that's same acid as something. So, I'm going to add some acid to our oil experiments, not much. It's strong stuff. There's probably 5 litre container, probably 4 litres still in there. What I did say about the canola oil, and other oils, I use olive oil, olive oil, avocado oil, but also natural butter, because we are used to eating certain things. If I was from the islands, I'd eat coconut, but our DNA is used to doing certain things for generation after generation. If you're in that type of person, we are. Like, a dog is a dog, depends on the breed. But people are the same, we're still an animal. We come from a certain part of the world. You have certain chemicals which your body knows it's soon. But I think that's what was causing my issue with the hospital. He said my cholesterol was high, and I asked him what it was. He wouldn't tell me. Now the reason I said that, my kids were saying, "Dad, you've lost so much weight." I got ribs, guys. My ribs are so weak. I said, ribs, like, no muscle, no fat, no more. So my kids were giving me donuts now. Just before this, I probably had 24 donuts and cakes and stuff, cake wiggies. So it's one of those things. Is it what we eat? So this is fault. I'll put this acid in this stuff here to help digest it. Basically, that's what it's a digesting thing. And I'll put it somewhere in my shed so no one can knock it over. But this is strong acid. I should have rather than crap onto this. But I'll put a bit of stuff in here to help it break down. You see the gas fumes come out. Don't want to breathe that in. I use this to clean out fuel tanks from rust. That should be enough to start a reaction. You breathe it in, burn your lungs, your eyes, all sorts of stuff. But I forgot I had that. So now we have a proper experiment, and I'm wondering what will happen. We have a alcohol or whatever, but you are what you eat, and chances are part of this in you. I can smell it now. It's reacting. It smells funny. So it's a glass, so I shouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah. Anyway, if you have watched the whole video, I thank you. It's like, I have to talk sometimes, but I have certain things that weigh on my mind about certain things, alien and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, a big thank you. I appreciate that. Over and out. Final over and out. Giving her a mix. Get all the oil in the bottom. Try and mix up as much as I can. Now let it sit. Sit for a few weeks. All that. I don't want the acid on my table or whatever else, but I'll throw it in the coffee cup. Not that. Alright, guys.